Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion Season 1 Episode 13 called Highkey Anxiety. And before I want to start my review, I want to say that for this review and for episodes 14 and 15 there won't be any clips to show because they're not available, but episode 16 I should have the entire episode, so that's gonna be cool. And also want to say thank you so much to my 113 and 114 subscribers. Those are my brand new subscribers. I appreciate you guys so much. And just like my current subscribers and my original subscribers, my original viewers and my current viewers, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Kind of wondering, what brought you onto the channel? Was it a movie trailer? What was it? Ultraviolet Black Scorpion? Kind of curious. Without further ado, let's get on with the review. So we start with Violet at her locker, and we have a bunch of thought spaces called Highkey Anxiety. That's the name of the episode. And we basically have her Uncle Cruz saying, like, no matter what, no one can know your identity. We have her brother Tiago saying, like, why are you lying? And we have Cascada / Catalina in her head saying, like, oh, my head modeling career wasn't taken off anyway. And we see, like, the mark on her hand. And then we have Maya say, oh, hi, Violet. And she's like, oh, Maya, like, she scared me. And she said, oh, I'm sorry, I just want to tell you, like my dad's a secret recipe for like a dish. She's like, no more secrets. And she's like, I can't keep keeping secrets. I'm sorry, like, what's going on? Like, you were doing fine, but you were acting kind of weird at the pizza place. At the Pizza Palace or something? And she's like, well, I found out Cascada's identity, and Maya knows that Cascada's kind of trouble. She's like really reckless. Even she helped Violet, Ultraviolet, and Black Scorpion from time to time. From time to time, she plays by her own rules, and Violet kind of got hurt because of it. So Maya's kind of doesn't trust her fully. She's like, oh wow, and I'm glad that Maya's like, hey, since we're kind of talking again, if you're having trouble, you can always come to me and you can share this secret. And obviously Violet's like, I don't want you to get hurt, because the last time I brought you into a situation to include Ultraviolet to get views and for kind of my own personal benefit, it almost endangered you. I don't want to do it again. I want to protect you. And Maya's like, I appreciate that, but also I want to be here. I'm here for you in case you need me. And she said, thank you. And so they're kind of talking. I like how Maya's like, well, hey, I know a way you can take your mind off of it if you don't want to tell me about it. We're at school, something to do with Ultraviolet. But Maya and Violet kind of forgot about Luis. Oh, I forgot this was in her head too, with Luis saying that I will finally unmask Ultraviolet. So this is coming back into play. And we have Luis like, I will soon unmask Ultraviolet. And you can subscribe to my channel. That's what Louis said. So you can see an exclusive unmasking. And Violet's like, oh my gosh. And Maya's like, oh my god, Louis is back on the case again. Well, what are we gonna do? And we basically have Violet just laying on the couch, and she's like, and all these thoughts are just running through her head. And Tiago's a good older brother. She's like, he's sitting next to her saying, hey, Violet, oh, hey, like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't like keeping secrets. And Tiago's like, I don't like you keeping secrets either. And she's like sort of kind of telling him she wants to trust him, but she also kind of wants to keep him safe, like in a way, kind of like with Maya. But she also knows that, like, it's important not to tell your identity to anyone. She rated that to Maya, and it was already a no. But that was before she met Black Scorpion and who he truly is. So she didn't know. So Maya's like a gray area. And basically, she's like, all these secrets are overwhelming me. And just like Maya, Tiago's like, Violet, I'm your older brother. I'm right here. You can always come to me for anything. And Violet, you can see on her face, oh, she wants to tell him, but she also kind of wants to say, kind of go away, because she's kind of like, but she I don't think she thinks of it as him pestering her, because he's obviously not, but she's kind of seeing it as like, Tiago, kind of just drop it, because I don't want you to get involved with this. And I'm glad Tiago doesn't push any further. She's like, okay, fine. See you later. She gives like a little nudge to the shoulder. And Violet just, oh, man, my life is so crummy right now. And we basically get to Violet just sleeping, and we basically get like a I was about to say something, but no, I won't say anything. So basically, we have Violet basically going to sleep, right? And she wakes up, and she gets like a message from her uncle Cruz, and you see it's the next day, and she's like, "Hey Violet, I've been calling you. Oh, I'm sorry." But he even asked like, "Are you okay? Why weren't you picking up your phone?" "Oh no, I was sleeping in. I'm sorry." "Oh, I found a way to unmask Cascada." I'm like, "Oh no!" It's like, wait, what? Really? Like how? It's, oh, I have these this type of metal that that can seal her, so she won't be able to phase through. Excuse me. And so you want to be with me? And she's like, "Oh no, you can't do it. Like, what do you mean?" And oh, because he even said like, "Oh, um, what was it? She said like I got a tip from someone. We don't know who. That says that Cascada was going to rob this thing. It had like a special name, and she's like, no, that's like an orphanage. And I was like, I got suspicious of that because she was like, I don't think Cascada would do that, and she obviously Black Squirmy doesn't like her saying, oh, this whole Robin Hood thing. It's just an act. Like, I knew it, and I'm just kind of suspicious at that because we even saw that Cascada tried to stop that guy with that, what was it, that lightning dagger type of thing, like they gave her that mark. And right, and it was a guy trying to rob a nursing home, and she stopped it because she likes charities and nursing homes and orphanages and stuff like that, to support little kids. She appreciates that stuff. That's why she's a guidance counselor. I don't know why she's being like an anti-hero, unless she really wants to be Robin Hood. She has a weird way of doing it. She's really reckless. And and so basically, oh, we're finally gonna get her. And Violet's like, oh, wait, no, you can't do it tonight. What do you mean? Because he plans on doing it tonight. Oh, because you and Catalina said you're gonna do like a date like at my house, with my parents and my brother. And like remember, I was gonna make a souffle, with Tiago, and he's like, oh, you're right, it was tonight. And but Violet's like, really, it was. Um, and he says, oh, okay. So, and you know what? There'll be plenty of other times to, other nights to catch Cascada. And I was like, okay, bye. She, oh my goodness, I can't believe that worked. Everything's gonna be just fine. We see, her and Tiago kind of finish making the souffle. She puts it in the oven, and she's like, oh hey Tiago, it seems like we're making a pretty good team, right? And and so like, and Tiago's kind of like not talking to her, or so like, oh, is he kind of mad? And she's like, okay, you did most of the work because you're a great chef, but I kind of helped. And then Tiago really snaps at her because so okay. First, I was kind of like really weirded out that okay, Cascada. There's a rumor that Cascada's gonna rob like a, what was it, like was it children's hospital or something? She was gonna rob something that like she wouldn't do. So I kind of got suspicious. Now Tiago's kind of snapping at her over. She even mentions like, "Why are you blowing up at me out of nowhere?" And then he's like, "I don't even know you anymore. Like, who are you?" And he's like, why you've been lying to me? You've been lying to everyone. And Violet is like, Tiago, it's not because I want to lie to you. Like, you have no idea. I want to tell you and my parents like so much, but I can't, and I have a really good reason. And she does. And Tiago's like, okay, I can't wait to hear it. Please. Even like Tiago's kind of acting kind of desperate. Like, please. I need to know that like you're doing okay. And Violet doesn't even say anything because she doesn't even have the words, and Tiago just walks out. Like, wow. I was like, oof. that was really emotional, but also kind of like he kind of blew up out of nowhere after kind of saying like, kind of leaving her alone, kind of doing gradually. She just blew up at her. I'm kind of like, okay, with this and Cascada saying, okay, something's kind of up. Is this like a new supervillain or something? Or are we actually gonna meet like an actual Rudo with like a super mask? Because we know about Black Scorpion, Ultraviolet, and Duplico, who are the Technicos, so the one with the good mask, and we have obviously had the anti-hero with Cascada. Is this like a villain at work that knows Violet's identity? Because is this happening with other people too? Because we're only seeing this through Violet's perspective, but maybe it's affecting Tiago too. That's why he's snapping at her. I don't. Is it affecting Cascada? That's why there's a rumor that she's gonna rob a place, or is this the villain playing into Black Scorpion's ego, saying that, oh, she's bad, like you knew it all along? I can't wait to find out. I don't know. And what was next? And basically, she's like, wow, oh man, I'm thinking of losing my brother. He's like keeping up the secret. And the dad comes in on Jose, and he takes away 2 plates, and she's like, what are you doing, Dad? Oh, like your Uncle Cruz and Catalina, they couldn't make it. They had other plans. Sorry. And she's like, what? And she's like, wait, he's not coming to dinner. And basically, I guess she couldn't go because her parents said, no, you have to watch the news with us because it's big news. Black Scorpion catches Cascada, and she's like, what are you doing? I can't face you these. And it's like, oh, it's like some sort of type of metal, and like these cuffs, and like she can't face through it. And she's like, oh, after all of the fun we had, you're locking me up. And she's like, yeah, it wasn't really fun for me, lady. And like, she's like, oh, time to finally like, unmask you. And finds out really anxious, like, oh no. And basically, the parents, Nina's like serves her right for playing the town by her own rules. And Violet kind of feels kind of guilty because some people would see Black Scorpion and Ultraviolet as kind of like vigilantes in a way. So, but obviously her parents are fans of Black Scorpion, so she thinks maybe they might be a fan of me, but maybe they won't. So she kind of has that anxiety of maybe my parents won't accept me, or would want me to give up the mask, or would want me to leave, or so she kind of has this added on to all the other stuff. And she's revealed she's Catalina. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a big episode. And and so I'm like, was she trying to rob them? Is there another villain at play? I'm just kind of have all these ideas and theories in this episode while I'm watching it. And and obviously Cruz is heartbroken. She's like, no, it can't be you. And we had the camera crews before she got masked saying, Cascada, do you have anything to say? And she obviously doesn't say anything. He's like, she's the one to talk to the camera crew. She got masked. And then kind of, Nina's like, I hired a criminal? And then I like how Jose's like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe none of it. And he was like, she was at our house, and I'm so glad you guys are okay. But did she think about baseball cards? And he just went upstairs. And then Nina's like, hey, go get your brother. He needs to find out about this because Cruz is part of our family, and you knew Catalina also, so he would want to know about this. And go on, and then Father, okay, and I'm like, well, yeah, where did Tiago run off to? Like, I guess he wanted to say that, and he said, oh, hey, Tiago. And then when we went in the room, we see like an empty room with just a TV in it. I'm kind of like, okay, is this a dream? And then we just had the parents come in and say, oh, and she's like, Mom and Dad, like, where's Tiago? You made him run away. Run away? That's so weird. But again, it's her, at least what I think, it's like her dream. You made her run away because you didn't tell the truth. And now Cruz is heartbroken. Tiago ran away from all these secrets. And now we're disappointing you. How dare you? And even with, I guess, Violet's perception of her dad, we kind of come to face another truth where he said, how dare you make our perfect son run away? Like, ouch. I wonder if the dad knew about this, how Violet would feel if he would say, like, no, Violet, you're important to us too. I will kind of wonder that, like, because I don't think Cruz knows. Cruz, I don't think Jose knows about this. Like, yeah, I don't think he would want Violet to feel this way, saying that you are just here and Tiago is the perfect child. And I said that before with the earlier episodes, episode like 1, 2, and maybe 3, of how I said I don't really like the dad of how he says like Tiago's the perfect son and he doesn't give him any grief, but he gives Violet grief, sort of by saying like don't have phone at the table, but allows Tiago to have it. So, but like yeah, I didn't kind of like that, but he kind of grew out of that. But now we kind of get this perspective of Violet saying like, "How dare you make our perfect son run away from us, from you because of your mistake?" Like, ow, like, my heart kind of hurt. Like, ouch. And he's like, "Oh, how dare you?" And obviously Violet wakes up like, "Oh my goodness, like I'm sorry." And she's like, "Oh my goodness, it was just a dream." But it was kind of weird because she didn't wake up in her bed. She woke up from the couch. So I'm kind of thinking, was only part of that dream? Because she obviously had to get up from her bed, or because obviously her going to her bed the first time wasn't a dream. So I'm like, well, what's going on? And say, oh, that was like a nasty dream you were having, and she's like, yeah, and it's like, oh, and basically Cruz is saying that like, oh, hey, have you noticed anything weird with Catalina lately? And she's like, no, I promise I don't know anything. And she's like, okay. And he even made a point of like, you're a teenager, you're weird, you have weird dreams. Because she's like, yeah, I had a very weird dream that I didn't tell the truth, and everyone was like mad at me. My parents were so mad. And he's like, oh, I'm sure there's like, nothing to worry about. And he's not a psychologist or anything, so he doesn't really know what's going on unless he actually knows what's going on if Violet kind of tells him. And he just out of the blue says like, "Oh, we're getting married, me and Catalina." I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is another dream." It's like, nope, this is not happening. And she's like, "Wait, what?" It's like, "Yeah, like, we're gonna be together and it's gonna be great." And like, I'll have to go. And it's like, okay. And she basically goes to Miss Rivera's office saying, "Hey, Miss Rivera, can I talk to you?" Oh, Violet kind of busy, but she kind of closes the door. So this is really important. I don't blame Violet for doing this because, again, she's a kid. She has all these secrets weighing down on her. She doesn't have time for until she's like right, unless like there's someone like in the room with her in like a meeting. But she's like, "I have to talk to you now." She's like, "Oh, okay." Like, well, what's wrong? Like, are you in trouble? Is Miss Rivera? Your Catalina like cares about her. Is it like, oh, uh, are you kind of nervous because I'm gonna become your Tia and she has an engagement ring? And she mentions like, I know who you are. Like, oh, like I know who you are too. And it's like, no, I know who you really are. I know you're Cascada. Okay, is this like a prank? I've been live streamed before. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate that, Violet. Like when that happened before. No, I know you're Cascada. I have proof. I have proof. Like, and if you really love my uncle, my godfather, like you would tell him. Like, because you can't have secrets like when you're like in a relationship. Mm. But also, Violet's kind of speaking for herself about how all these relationships are kind of crashing around her inner brain. And with Tiago kind of slowly drifting apart while Maya's slowly coming back to her. So, like, she's in a mess of a situation. And then Catalina's kind of gave like kind of like if you knew, how come you didn't tell? If you want me to tell him so bad, how come you didn't tell him? And Cruz at the door with flowers. Oh, those flowers look beautiful. And Cruz like, yeah, Violet, why didn't you tell me? He's like, oh, because Uncle Cruz. And he just threw the flowers in the trash. And I guess engagement's off. He didn't say that, but yeah. Catalina's slash Cascada is like saying, well, do you have any idea what you've done? And she's like, the right thing, hopefully. And she goes back home, and everything's very weird. I'm kind of like, okay, what is this? Like, is this a dream? But it could just be the lighting, because it's like nighttime out. It's like the night sky, in the moonlight kind of reflecting in. But we have Cascada coming in, and she's gonna attack her. And I'm like, she wouldn't do this, but she is mad. She's like, oh, you ended things with me, and oh, Cruz, how dare you? And oh, Ultraviolet, she found her mask. How did she find a mask? Like, what the heck? I'm like, is this like a dream type of villain or something? Because obviously she was kind of in a weird dream at first, and now we're kind of assuming that this is like real life at this point right here, and Cascada kind of found him. So is she working for, or is another villain working for her? Like a dream type of villain or something? I don't know. And she said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make things worse. Where's all these secrets? I'm so sorry." And oh, you're gonna pay. And she tries to like run away from her. She keeps facing through walls. She goes up the stairs, and oh, nowhere to run. Ultraviolet. And sorry. And she goes into the room. She locks it, and she kind of blocks the door. But obviously, it's not gonna stop her. And she goes into the room, and she faces through. But as she faces through, she kind of like, I need help. She tries to help, and she has something in the mouth, and it's her mask. And she keeps on pulling, and oh my goodness, I felt so uncomfortable. And she's like, "Oh, wish you had your mouth shut right now, huh, Ultraviolet?" I'm kind of thinking, is this in a dream? Is this part of that other villain type of magic? Can Cascada do this? But or is this Violet's like new power, but it's backfiring on her? Like, what's going on? And she's like, and she's trying her best so much to scream. It's so hard for help. She is just a little girl. And she has a mask, and she can run super fast if she has like help and her guidance from her mentor, and like and advice from her friend. But at this moment, she's so helpless, and she tries her best to scream for help. She woke from her bed. So that was like a dream within a dream, sort of. So the first part was a dream, and her on the couch to the point where she was trying to take the mask out, the mask out of her mouth. That was like another dream. It's like a dream in a dream. She's in her bed. Oh my goodness, it's just a dream. And she's like slowly fading into the bed. I'm like, oh my goodness, this isn't a dream, or is this just like another villain? What's going on? And she goes into like a wrestling ring. Or is this supposed to be like Cruz's gym? It might be Cruz's gym. It's like, what's going on? Where am I? We hear some footsteps. It's like really loud. It's really loud, and it goes smaller, and it's Luis in a suit. I'm like, is Luis behind this? Did he find out that she's Ultraviolet? It's like, wait. And she slowly figures out, oh, this is a dream. Hey, you figured it out. Oh, that means you're not really Luis. It's like, yeah, I'm a manifestation of all your anxieties, all your fears, all your doubts, all the secrets, all the lying, and it's all coming home to roost, and it's all building up beside you. So now you're having all these nightmares. And I'm not going away. I'm gonna be as annoying as the real Luis. So it's kind of like taking form of her and of him. And he's like, "We're expecting worse." Like, yeah, I'm afraid of snakes, man. But you are a snake, so I guess it kind of makes sense. And he keeps on changing her, and I really think that the voice, the other actors had a great time pretending to be Violet, a 13-year-old girl, because he has this remote, and basically you keep on hiding behind a mask. And so you're not being who you truly are. Who are you really? And she's like, I'm Violet. Like, no, you're not. And like her brain's kind of telling like, no, you're not, kind of. But it's also basically kind of playing on the anxieties and stuff like that. So it's kind of battling each other, sort of. And he turned her into her dad, and she's like, turn me back right now. Okay. And turned her into her mom. Like you stop that, and turned her into Tiago, and he's like, I don't want to be my brother, okay? Like you didn't tell him the truth either, just like your parents. Like, I want to tell him the truth, but I can't. Oh, okay. And turn it into Catalina with the Cascada mask. You're just like her, Violet. You're hiding behind a mask. You're a deceiver. You lie to people and you get them hurt. But when they want what's best for you, and you think of them like the wrong way, you're just like her. So no, I'm not like her. Not in that way. and she's like, oh, do you want to be a superhero? And says, like, just like your mentor, and she just shows Black. She turns her into Black. He turns her into Black Scorpion, saying like, and kind of like saying like you will never measure up to this kind of. And he kind of clicks a button. He has like a lock anklet and locks her to like a floorboard. And oh, like I can't get out. And Luis release me. It's like no, the show's the finale is about to start, and it's like in a TV. And as a TV, we kept on seeing constantly. We go in, and basically, we had this lady, this news report lady, saying that. Excuse me, sorry. It's saying like, oh, local liar, ultraviolet, turns out to be Violet Rodriguez, and oh, how she ruined everything. And Tiago shot the TV like, I told you she was up to something. I can't believe she didn't tell us. And the fact is that what hurt the most is that she didn't trust me, and I can't believe she didn't trust us. And the dad makes a good point. Jose, I think that was his name, Jose or Juan, I forgot. And he says, everyone knows who Ultraviolet is, including bad guys. Are they gonna come here? I'm so glad that in her worst nightmare, that her uncle so protects the family as Black Scorpion. I love that so much. Where he goes in, oh my god, Black Scorpion, like, did you get my letters? They're like, no time for that. You guys are in danger. And all the bad guys are trying to ram through the windows and stuff. And he's like, you gotta stop this. It's like, I can't stop it, Violet. This is your worst fear is. Like your worst fear out of everything is your identity coming out, and your brother, your mother, your father are all gonna be disappointed in you. And something you can do about it. Because you, on this chain, even though I clicked the button, you wearing that mask is like your manifestation of your anxieties. It's like chaining you. You are chaining yourself because of that mask, because it's overwhelming you. Like you're saying I'm doing this all. You're saying that I'm doing this to you, but you're really doing this to yourself. I'm like wow. Luis is awesome in this episode. Even was like fake Luis kind of. And I'm sure the voice actor for the actor for Luis had a great time too. And he said like, you're right. Like in a way, all these secrets are weighing down. I'm acting like the mask is like a chain, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a chain. I wanted to wear this mask to help people, and I'm hurting myself. So now I'm gonna release my chain. I'm gonna get back my freedom while being a superhero. And say, oh, how does Black Scorpion do this? And he does like the Scorpion sting. And Luis is kind of like, how you doing that? And then boom, unlocks it. And Luis kind of claps and turns off the TV. So like, that was really impressive. But you know that even though you release that chain for 1 second, the chain's gonna come back because I'm gonna be back. All these secrets, all these lies, all these anxieties. It's not just me like tormenting you. It's me telling you that this isn't gonna stop until like you finally realize what you have to do. And she even turned herself back into Violet, her regular self. And she's like, you're right, Luis. I had to do the right thing. I had to let one of my secrets go because I'm not gonna be able to handle it. And she even said that like, she even goes on with the speech and she said, okay, spare me the self-righteous stuff. If he's to Luis, and she mutes him. That was funny. They said, hey, he's like stop that. And she's like, okay, it's time to wake up now. And she wakes up like, okay, how am I gonna prove I'm still awake? And I'm kind of confused with it too. I was like, maybe there's another villain to play. But she splashes water on her face. Okay, she's good. And she goes to the room, and it's just and there's Tiago, her dad and her mom. Is Uncle Cruz and Catalina getting married? What are you talking about? They kind of laugh it off. And it's like, and she's like, Violet, why are you all wet? What's your hair wet? Oh, don't worry about it. It seems like everything's gonna be okay. And this is where you get to the end of the episode, where she goes to Cruz and is like, hey, Uncle Cruz, can you have a minute? I'm kind of busy, please, Uncle Cruz. I really need to talk to you. And she's like, well, okay, Violet. And they go in, and I kind of wish they closed the door, but it does have repercussions if someone kind of comes in. I'm not sure if she overheard or not. She probably didn't, but it came really close. But she's like, I can't keep the secret any longer. And she's like, whoa, okay, calm down. What are we talking about? I know who Cascada is. What are you talking about? He's kind of surprised, like, wait, what, you know? And it's Catalina. What do you mean? You can't make an assumption like that. Is it? I know, because she made a similar joke when me as Ultraviolet and Catalina as Cascada, when she got attacked, but she was stopping like a nursing home robbery. She was stopping it, and she got cut, and it was kind of my fault. And she made a joke about like her hand modeling career and stuff like that, and she has the same size mark on the same hand. It was so red, like it's healed by now, but like it was there, and she's like, and he's like, are you sure? Because he wants to be sure, and she's like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm sure. And he's like, oh my goodness. And Violet's like, oh, please don't be mad at me, because I don't want you to be disappointed. Like, Violet, I'm not disappointed. Well, I'm a little disappointed about the news, but you coming to me is the most important thing. But even before we kind of finish that, Catalina comes in, like, oh my goodness, and she's like, oh, am I interrupting something? I'm sorry. And while Violet's looking scared, Cruz goes to surprise kind of suspicious. Now he's kind of keeping a close eye on her now. And that's the end of the episode. I would kind of say that this is a perfect episode. Is that crazy? I don't think I had really any complaints except for Violet and Cruz leaving the door open. Like, they didn't close the door, but again, Catalina walked in, so that's repercussions. So you made a choice, and now it's going to come back to haunt you, and that's the important thing. So I think this is the perfect episode. Is this the first time for this show? It might be. So yeah, I thought this was a 10 out of 10. This was 100%. A plus, perfect. Not even above fantastic. This is just perfect. And this is a great episode, especially dealing with the teenagers' anxieties, all these doubts and fears, her brother being disappointed in her, all the ominous stuff, Black Sword being kind of protecting family, even though it was kind of like a dream. And at the very end of now, Cruz knowing that Catalina is Cascada, now he's gonna keep a close eye on her now. I wish I had a clip to play. Ugh, like, it's kind of disappointing, but there's nothing really much you can do about that. But yeah, I love this episode. And it comes below. What do you think? Did you think this is a perfect episode? Do you think I'm ranking it too high? Do you think I should rank it higher? I don't think I can rank it higher, but do you think I should? What was your favorite moment? And what do you think about these cliffhangers at the end of the episodes? I really like them. With episode 11 ending where Maya still being mad at Violet is not being resolved, in episode 12 with Violet learning that Catalina is Cascada with like the mark in her hand, and now with this, with now Violet telling Cruz that Catalina is Cascada, and like everybody's kind of leaving off with a cliffhanger. And this is gonna be an interesting episode, especially since we kind of had a dream within Violet's dream, with Louise being a representation of all of her anxieties, and Louise saying, I shall mask Ultraviolet. The next episode is called Luis Leon, that's his last name. Luis Leon won't go home. I'm kind of like, okay, is this gonna have to do something with him masking Ultraviolet? Is it gonna have to do something with his parents? Because he said he won't go home. Not that he can't, he won't. Unless the title is a red herring, or is it deceiving us? So I'm kind of wondering for that. Yeah. Can't wait for that episode. So, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share the video. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion Season 1, Episode 14, called Luis Leon Won't Go Home. And, sorry, there won't be a clip for that. Sorry. But, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for that. Oh, yeah, and also don't forget to check out my community posts and my mini reviews also. Sorry. And I'll see you tomorrow for Episode 14. Okay. Bye.